Well, hello there, Tracy Noriega, paying it forward to you again. And we are here on this beautiful online retreat of giving you permission to choose you. And I have the even more lovelier Dr. Tianna Conte here with me. Hello, and good afternoon in
Hello.
your time.
Hello. It's such an honor to play with you, Tracy, and all your wonderful people listening and viewing everything.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel the same. And I wore purple as because I feel like you're royalty with all that you've done and how you've served. I put on purple. I'm like, I'm going to put purple on for her.
And I'm wearing my cobalt blue.
I love it because that's the color for my pay it forward symbol there. So the
And
logo.
it's my favorite color.
There you go.
And blue is an incredible, both purple and blue are incredible colors for self-care. And when you're
Ooh.
talking about choosing yourself and putting yourself first as royalty.
Oh, that's very true. We are queens, right? But how often do
Exactly.
we don't really treat ourselves that way, do we?
No,
We're
it's
more
very
like
sad.
the servants.
Especially women, we are conditioned to take care of the world, which is wonderful. We are wired that way. However, if that doesn't include yourself, it's called burnout. Ask me how I know.
And how do you know that? How have you experienced that so
Well,
that people know out there? And how have you found a way to energize yourself? Because you are one of the most energetic people that I know.
yes, and we're all timeless, energetic beings. So let's remember that while I tell you the story.
Okay.
It's a really quickie, but I've been forever caretaking my mother, who, after my dad passed away, ended up being with me and mentally ill. So I had to
Mhm.
take care of her, and a legally blind sister.
Oh.
So a lot of work went into taking care of them, even though it was a love service, it was a drained service
Mhm.
because I was starting to give from my cup, not my saucer. How many people can relate to that one?
Yeah.
Giving from your cup, not your saucer, will cause burnout. And if not burnout, it'll cause brownout. It'll cause one of those places. But you'll lose your momentum. So I prayed to God. I prayed like there's got to be a way that I could still be. And I had a full time practice because remember I'm a doctor in energy medicine and stress release, and I'm going, duh, duh, you
Well,
know.
I've worked with doctors and they usually don't take their own medicine. They're really good at taking care of everybody else and really poor at themselves, I have to say.
Exactly. And I realized, though, at a very early time in my career, because I've been in this, I'm going to date myself for your audience. They'll know that this is, you're talking to a veteran here. We're talking 40 years professionally, and age 7 started.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm speaking about when you need to put yourself first. In our society, we've been conditioned to think that that's selfish.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
illusion. Self care is tantamount to self evolution for yourself and all that you love and the planet.
Ooh, I love that. I
Whole,
love that.
re- whole redefine, whole
Hmm.
redefine.
Hmm. And that's from a place of empowerment, because that's the other thing is, we are all sold and bought this illusion, as you said, right? That, oh, if I am to show that I am a really good parent, a really good employee, even a good boss, etc., right? If I'm in healthcare, teachers, I mean, all these essential workers, well, then I'm just going to give. I'm just going to keep showing my worth and my, by how much I give. And then what happens, you're just, as you said, burnt out, and you start just getting cranky and then it's a little bit, when I did it, a little resentful, because you're feeling like, oh, I have to do everything, right? And
Tracy,
nobody's
a,
helping me, you
Tracy,
know?
a little resentful. Come on, let's use our hands.
Well,
Yeah,
and what happens then, right, Tiana? You know what happens. Then you feel guilty for feeling that way
right.
because
It's a
you
cycle.
chose it, or you wanted it. You wanted that career. You wanted that job. You wanted that family. You wanted this. And it's like, why am I feeling this way? I should feel really grateful for everything I have. And yet you're feeling this angst towards
Yes.
it, and it just keeps going. You don't ask for help,
No.
and you don't delegate,
Nope.
and you just keep doing it, and then wondering why you feel so unfulfilled.
That's the key word. That's the key word. And look at the word unfulfilled.
Yeah.
The word full is not filled.
Yeah.
When you're full and filled, not only is the quality of your life enhanced, the ripple effect to everyone, starting with the ones you love the most, who you'll end up resenting the most
Mm-hmm.
if you're not taking care of yourself. And that's why I go against the norm of saying put yourself first, not put yourself last. I used to I used to have to what say after me you come next. I had to learn to say after me you come next because the totem pole that I was raised with and being an Italian to begin with, you
Oh,
put your family first,
yes.
was after you I come last.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Mm-hmm.
people have that? After you, I come last. Well, if I come last, you're not going to get the best of me and you're not going to
No.
have the best for you.
Right.
And
So
I got a
true.
very simple solution. Would you like to know a
Oh, I
very
know everybody wants a simple solution, right? You should know that as a doctor. Can you just give me a pill? Can you just give me
I really don't recommend that. And I have something else more juicy afterwards, but
Okay.
I'm going to call my signature is called a solution. SOUL.
Oh, I like that. That is full of soul, right? That right when you said that, I felt that much more fulfilled, right?
Well, exactly, because that's the source of power. We're depending on our physical body, but where do you think our physical body gets its animation? Who breathes us? It's not our conscious mind.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a higher power. Call it God without the religion around it. I'm an interfaith minister, so I tell people it's the God of your understanding. But to me, God equals the frequency of unconditional love and light. That we are the
There you
expressions
go.
of.
Hmm?
But source is a wonderful word. Higher power, angels, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just there's a force greater than us, the invisible side of us, that we have not been attuned and
Yeah.
conditioned to expand and nurture and nourish.
Nourish, that's the word right there, right? Because by tapping into that, and that's where we lose it. Even, and I grew up Catholic, recovering Catholic here. Yeah, well, you're Italian, so
Ditto.
yeah. But even then, when you go and you pray and stuff, it's almost like it's something outside of you. It's not
Right.
that it's not about this inward and that I am it. I am that. And all that energy that I'm looking out there, whether you call it God, source, universe, what, love and light. I mean, God is
Yep.
love. So, you don't get taught that. So it's always this search for something outside. And none of us realizing we have all the answers and all the joy and the happiness like right here in our heart, and we don't. So what's your solution?
Well, you just answered it so beautifully.
Oh,
First
yeah.
is to realize that it's not outside yourself.
Yeah. Mhm.
You are all that is. When we say I am light as an affirmation or I am love, well, without going into my near death experience, that's the ultimate stress buster. But it, we are that. We are that. And connecting with that on a daily basis. And here's the key word daily. Daily becomes a habit. And that habit of self empowerment becomes a lifestyle. And
Mhm.
that lifestyle brings success, fulfillment, and a high quality of life.
Well, I've found that for me, especially becoming a parent, like a kind of instant parent, that I did have to do. I always did my meditation practice, but I found out after listening to lots of people and, leaders and stuff and getting that advice that you got to do it at the beginning of the day. You got to do it before you exit your room. And I had to learn, I'm not a morning person, but I learned to like set that alarm, 10, 15 minutes earlier. So I'd have that much time before.
I'm going to challenge you, Tracy. I love the fact that you set that alarm, but start setting the energetic alarm so the alarm that goes off doesn't startle your body.
Oh,
because here's the secret. We are appearing material, but we're really congealed energy. Now, quantum physics talks about that all is energy and we are that.
yes. Mm-hmm.
But what people don't realize is when you're asleep, your body is asleep, but consciousness is awake. Now, my consciousness is very awake, so I can see my sleeping body, but that we're not going to go there. I'm just sharing that because of that, we're more than we appear to be. Mm-hmm. So when you first open your eyes, whether you've had a dream or not had a dream, those are the most powerful moments where the conscious mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind even hasn't geared in. So you're open to the hypnagogic state, as they call it in hypnosis, which is your theta, your open brain waves. Ask a question at night before you go to sleep of some issue you're having, turn it over. You may get it in a dream, or in the morning, it might just pop right in. That's guidance. That's the secret sauce. And then if that happens, great, jot it down. That one aha experience may change your entire life. Seriously, I've seen it happen. If not, start with the gratitudes. The gratitudes that you opened your eyes.
Yes. You know what? I actually do that because when I would wake up, our kiddo, our nephew, Jesse, I would go in there to wake him up and I would say, and I've learned to do it in bed before I get out, but I liked it so much. It was so cute. I'm like, I'll just say it in bed myself. I'd say, oh, thank you for my warm bed. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for keeping my belly fed. And I'd roll over and, give Ruben a kiss.
You're such a great poet. Oh, I love that. You're such a great poet. Did you know it?
I do. I know after a little bit. But yeah, it's like even just thank you. And I'll say, thank you for breathing me through the night. And thank you for beating my heart, through the night. Right.
What happens when you do that? That part of you wants to give you more. So you wake up fueled for life instead of depleted and needing caffeine. Now, I'm not making caffeine wrong, but wouldn't it be wonderful to wake up fueled for life, aligned with your source, ready to feel and give and receive love? And then have your coffee or whatever else you want, because I don't have a judgment on it, but not to need it to get started, to jumpstart yourself from within. And that's why, Tracy, one of the gifts I want to give everybody is the video that I'm now shifting it from calling it the GPS code yoga to the body prayer, because it's a form of prayer starting with honoring yourself as a sacred vehicle of the divine that you are the expression of.
Oh, and the one that I know of, the little
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's not only been choreographed, because I am a doctor, it balances out the endocrine system of your hormones, your chakras, and rewires the neural pathways of the brain in 5 minutes with a power pose. Be your Superwoman, Wonder Woman, whatever you want to call yourself, or Superman for the men who are listening. Yeah. We love all sexes here. Doesn't matter. Transgender is included. Whatever. You start with that power pose. Then the first power you give is to yourself.
Yes, the hug. Yes, we're going through the steps here, so we can't really see the pose.
This is the beginning part. They'll get the rest if they opt in for the.
Yeah, it'll be down below.
But this is the ones I want to really emphasize, because this is not only loving yourself, making sure you know the most important person in your life is you, not your children, not your husband, you. Because when you are you and hugging you, you'll have the most to give to your children, the most to give to your husband and everyone else. Also, this reminds you of oxytocin, the love hormone.
Mm.
Love
Mm.
yourself.
Um, I was
And
just doing
also,
this.
also notice this pose brings you into the present moment because your body and your soul, this is key. This is key to fulfillment and high quality living and success. Your body and your soul are living in the present moment.
Mm.
Please
So
listen, lean in and listen. It's the mind that travels to the past,
mhm,
pain, to the future, fear, and
mhm.
anything else in between.
Yes, of which there's lots today, right? And that's all they're basically broadcasting is everything between, yeah,
Right, but
fear.
here in the
Yeah,
present
right here.
moment, notice my hands in prayer position.
Hmm.
Here in present moment is where your power is.
Yeah,
There's not
sure.
power here. You can't change the past. You can maybe change your story or you can learn and experience and putting practical corrections. I don't like to use the word corrections, but practical
Hmm.
steps of advancement from the
Shifts. I
past.
like to say shifts. Yeah.
Shifts. Yeah, that beautiful word.
Mm-hmm.
And in the future, you can project an image of what you want, not what you fear and what you're afraid of. Just
Yeah.
faith. Faith.
Yeah.
I love to say
Use your imagination to be positive.
for the highest good, for your highest good and that of all concerned. But
Mm-hmm.
the only power is right here
Right here.
in the present moment. So then from this, that's where you go. You go check how far or how close are you to the present moment and your alignment with source.
Mm-hmm.
When you're here, you're ready to jumpstart your day. You're like, you're golden. Just
Mm-hmm.
go for it. But when you're here,
Um,
mm-mm. Take time out or you're going to have that kind of a day.
mm-hmm.
As a child, I used to rate my days from 1 to 10.
Oh,
And as long as I had 8 and above, hey, I did it. I was aligned with source. When I went below, it wasn't make me
mm-hmm.
wrong. It was where did I go off? And then
Yeah.
when I had dark nights, because we all have dark times in our lives, it was like, oh, good God, it's morning instead of good morning, God.
I'm sure there's a lot of people feeling that way right now, right? Oh,
Oh,
again.
and with what we're going through, this global, we could call it a reset, or I'm going to be
Mm.
very naughty. We could call it a global awakening.
Yeah. I
We're
don't think
moving.
that's naughty. I think we all need to wake up, right?
Well, yeah, but a lot of people are in the fear illusion. They're not realizing in healing, we call it a chemicalization. That's where the old patterns are fighting for their survival, and the
Mm-hmm.
new patterns are not quite fully visioned and fulfilled. So
Yeah.
the key is to bless and release the old and bless and hold vision for the new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in yourself, for the world, for your family. Know that chaos leads to higher order. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it does come out of it. So we do the power pose. We've given the
Exactly.
hug. We get
Mhm.
back to our present moment.
That's this. Either this is a one per position. This is a, oh God, forgive me for waking up. I don't want to get out of bed.
And
And then you
mm,
express
express.
whatever
Oh,
you need to express.
oh, I was
Release
just
it. You
yeah,
can do it out loud or you can do it quietly.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I
But
do like saying it aloud just to like say what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm pissed right now, and
exactly.
I just did that. It was like I'm pissed. I just wasted an hour on Facebook, and I lost my draft, and and I let it go, and I said okay, and I gave myself a hug again because I'm like, there,
That's
there,
beautiful
there.
because now when you give yourself a hug again after you do that, you're really hugging your wounded child.
Oh
That
yeah,
part of you that got hurt because things didn't go the way she wanted it to
oh,
go. And she's
yeah,
frustrated, but instead of making her wrong for being frustrated, it's okay, baby.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love you. It's
She
okay.
definitely wanted to throw a little shit fit. We could.
And that's okay. See, the beautiful part about the GPS code and this little 5-minute thing is it's aligned to love your humanity while you awaken your divinity. See, we're taught often to meditate or medicate the emotions
Mm.
or see the silver lining. That's all good. That's all
Yeah.
fine. But when you just express it, there's wisdom, there's power, energy in motion. The clue is right there. Keep the energy moving
Mhm. Mhm.
and you'll be flowing.
Yeah, I know
That
my tendency,
energy,
and a lot of people want to stuff it down, right? I don't want to feel this, so I'm going to distract myself, or
well,
I'm going
in
to,
fairness to everybody, from the time we were children, we were taught to stuff our emotions. You can't be angry.
yeah.
You can't show sadness. You can't whatever. Well, what people don't realize is then the energy and motion goes into the body and congeals in an organ or a
Mm.
spot that becomes dis ease.
Ease. Yes. So
If
true.
the energy is flowing, there is no dis ease. But here's the beautiful part of dis ease it's the soul through the body sending a message that something's out of balance. There's no judgment, there's no make wrong. It's all about awareness.
Oh, that's a big one. I am always talking, it starts with awareness, because if you're not even aware of it, you can't do anything about it, you know?
Exactly. And that's the key. Tracy, as soon as you have that awareness, you're 50% there. Folks, isn't
Yeah,
that a great thing to know? You're
it
50%
is.
there.
It is that I always say, though, the next part is taking the responsibility, right? That now you know about it to do something. And that usually means making a new choice, right?
Exactly. But being gentle on yourself, responsibility, the
Ah,
ability to
to
respond
respond. Yeah, not
rather
react.
than react.
Mhm,
See,
mhm.
what's happening now in the world is a lot of reaction.
Ooh, so much. And it gets praised, especially like with all those, what is it,
Oh,
all those virtual or, TV shows. Like it's almost like it's praised to go off on people and show yeah.
yeah. And that doesn't show it at all. That doesn't show it at all. This is where my show and tell comes in. Ready?
Oh, ah,
3 degrees of perception. This may look like a sand clock, which it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But look at this. This is the dense part right now. This is third degree, third dimension, reactive body. Body and the senses are the only thing we believe in. This level is the heart level. That's what people,
Mhm.
mostly everyone here and everyone drawn to honoring themselves, come from the heart, living in the now, forgiveness, personal development. That's all here. We are moving into the invisible realm,
Mhm.
which is here. And this is where we are all connected. There is only
Mm,
one. This is third dimension, fourth dimension. Fourth dimension knows that we are physical. Nobody
mm.
denies that, but we are more than that. That's what we're
Yes.
discussing here. And really, we're spiritual beings of light having a human experience, not the other way
Mhm.
around, as Teo
Right.
de Jordan so brilliantly spoke. Centuries ago? Duh!
Centuries, yes.
Duh! Are we a little slow on the uptake? The
Uh,
invisible world, we're all connected. Everything's for the highest good of all concerned, starting with yourself. And when you feel reactive, flip it.
mm,
Time, otherwise, you're wasting a lot of time in pain and
mhm.
suffering. When I had the near death experience, and this was a mind boggler, I heard the pain, challenges, problems, they're all inevitable. They're part of the
Yeah,
human experience.
right.
Suffering is
Optional.
optional.
Yeah.
What?
But we don't think, right? Because you feel the pain, we suffer, and then we just kind of feel like, well, that goes with it. So,
Exactly.
right?
Instead, the pain comes from which level of perception. If you're
Mhm.
seeing it just through the senses, it stays as pain because you get stuck in the story. Here, you at least try to release the pain at fourth frequency with the heart and forgiveness and all that good stuff. But here, there's only a gift.
So, in case we lost anyone out there going, well, then how do I flip it? I mean, excuse me. So, I'm experiencing the pain of, my kid online, my having to be on Zoom for work, having to wear the mask, whatever it is. And it's like, wait, how do I flip it?
Beautiful. This
Mm-hmm.
is how you flip it. First, awareness that you're feeling that pain, that frustration.
Own it. Yeah.
Own it. Then the big super secret, it answers in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Connect with your heart. Breathe into your heart. Know that you're more than this body and this personality. You are an infinite being of light. You are soul. You are the expression of source. Feel that. And very gently, if you want to, you thump. And remember the good old Tarzan movies?
Oh.
Ah! What that
Oh.
is twofold. Yeah, see, whatever emotion you're feeling will come out. We're having fun, so we're laughing when we do that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if you're angry, and
Oh.
do it gently, this is not self abuse, this is self love. If you're angry, what will come out is, oh, but
Oh
you're
my God. Yes, I've done
getting
that.
it out, but you're getting it out.
Oh, and the
And
tears
listen,
sometimes too.
yeah, oh, the tears, oh my God.
Oh,
Especially, Tracy, I've been grieving really
yes.
deeply, and you've addressed grieving in your brilliant work. Uh, my the passing of my fur baby, my Shih Tzu. Let me tell you, it's been a gusher of tears.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be a gusher of tears than implode. I'd
Yes.
recommend everybody because this won't let you hide. Your heart does not lie. The mind lies. The
Yes.
heart does not. The body does not. So listening to the body and the heart, that's what we need to do. But we're conditioned to listen to the brain. I love my brain. I'm not putting anything against the brain, but the movement of 18 inches from the brain to the heart is the greatest journey of awakening. And now more than ever, we are seeing it. But the heart is the portal to the soul.
Yes.
When
And you
you do
get there
that,
by the breath. And so let's remind everyone that's where how you turn it upside down is that awareness of what you are feeling, saying what you're feeling. So body awareness too, right? Because sometimes you're feeling it
exactly,
in your body beforehand. You could feel this, you could feel that, the headache, the tension, your stomach. And
exactly.
it's just taking that breath. Okay, I am feeling this. I
And then
am.
when you thump the thymus very gently, okay,
Mhm.
you're actually strengthening your immune support as well, because the thymus is an immune organ. So
Mm.
you want to protect yourself in this crazy times. This simple little thing actually
Yeah.
activates your own body's self-healing organisms.
There you go. Put your
Yeah,
mask on and beat your heart.
beat your heart or thump your heart. Beat sounds a
Thump
little
it. Yeah.
hard
Whatever you want to thump. Yeah.
because the heart's beating itself.
Yes. True. A
But
nice thump.
thump, nice
Gentle.
thump, nice thump. And then what that does is it expands you. See, you have emotion, you have an ego, and you have a soul. The ego has the pain, the soul has the answers.
Mhm.
Turn it over and hear that snap.
Yeah. I like that. That one, how you do it afterwards. This.
Yes, it's a dance, it's a move.
And then hand it over. Yes. Just
Hand
give
it
it
over.
up.
And you know when you've let go of the burden because you automatically feel gratitude. It's not an attitude, it's not a thought form. It comes, it fills your whole body.
Mm.
And then you just walk away.
Mhm.
Go do your day with guidance aligned with source. 5 minutes. Plus, what I didn't used to say, Tracy, that now I'm coming out of the closet as a mystic out of the closet.
Oh, you're coming out of the closet now? I thought you've been all this time.
Well, for my inner circle and my thousands of clients, but for
Okay.
summits and going online to total friends who
You're coming
are,
transparent. You're being completely transparent, you're saying?
you got it. You got it. Is I've been a Reiki master since the 70s. Plus, I've been
Mhm.
bathed in fifth frequency light of near death experiences and spiritual experiences. It is infused in that video.
Oh, like you, yes, yes.
So drink it
You
in.
coded it. Well,
So,
that explains why I like putting it on because I know how to do it.
yeah,
But there'll
because
be mornings where I'm like, I want Tianna there, and I
yeah,
push you on,
yeah.
and I do it together.
And you got it, Tracy. You're a natural. You are an empath, and most people here are, and so you'll feel it. But I didn't used to say it. I was
Mm.
guided, or rather forced from the divine to do it. I was going to have a model do the movements because
Oh no.
that's me in my 60s in that video. Come on, folks.
Really? I thought it was you now. Oh my goodness, you haven't changed. Look at that. So it's another reason to please do that little video. If I get to look like that, you, yes, then I will continue to do
Yes,
this.
I remember when anybody ever asks your age, you're timeless. Everybody listening,
Oh,
you're timeless because you're energetic beings of light.
I think
Your
so.
chronology is however you've taken care of yourself, body, mind, and soul with your practices and your eating habits and all sorts of good things. Your timeline is all that you answer.
Oh, that's very nice. Well, tell me this because you are, not only a doctor in the Western sense, and then, like you said, Reiki practitioner, shaman, etc. I mean, and so you're going out into the mystics. I mean, you are mystical, right?
Oh, I was,
And
yeah,
yep,
I was
yep.
doing it
Well,
at age 7. My first medically intuitive diagnosis at age 7. When
yeah.
my father couldn't diagnose malaria, and I saw a mosquito in the man's face,
Oh, wow. There you go.
and I
Well,
was
one of the things is you hear about everyone saying we are light and love, and I would like you to really let people know that that is a complete truth, and that is one of those ways of healing and to tap into our heart because
absolutely
we are that. So if you would just help them with that 5 minutes in the morning, knowing that you are, while you're doing that, when you're honoring yourself and you're doing that, you are also tapping into that love and light that is within here, that's out there, that is all one, it's all one energy. And so whatever you
absolutely,
can
and
say about that.
you're filling yourself up. You're filling yourself up as light, so your soul knows, oh, this is a vehicle I can really play with. I can give her ideas. I can release obstacles. I can do all sorts of good things because she or he is listening. The soul is guiding us all the time. We just haven't been trained to listen.
Yeah.
Or you listen, it's like a muscle. Just like you
Mm-hmm.
go to the gym for the physical body, I'm talking about the invisible world on a daily basis in your own home. What a
Mm-hmm.
concept. 5 minutes a day. That will truly keep the doctor away.
Yeah, there
You'll
you go.
become your own source. You'll become your own doctor. You'll become self-activated. And that's powerful. And then, Tracy, we have the secrets and shortcuts. You want to share with people the secrets and shortcuts of light and how they
Oh,
patch it forward?
yeah, our light being. I mean, this is it's yes. Let's just say it. And if it resonates with you, if it lights you up, then great. And if it doesn't, then
I,
no
I,
biggie.
I always believe that anything that is non invasive, non toxic, is not only low risk, it could have high reward. And
Definitely.
now more than ever, because we are moving into from a carbon body
Mm-hmm.
to a crystalline body. So the more light, the more pure water, because we are 80, 90% water. So your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
infuse that. Light is before thought. So it infuses. Be mindful of thoughts because you are light. But then there's also I've been a doctor for over 40 years in mind body energy medicine. I've seen miracles people can't believe. So I know the power of the body and the soul through the body mind to heal itself. It's not me. It's each person.
No, no, I've seen
We
it
are
too.
wired. We are wired that way, but we've been conditioned out of it to give our power away.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to take that power back. And when my little Shih Tzu that has since now passed was literally at death's door, I was introduced to stem cell therapy, which I had studied before in my
Mm-hmm.
50s. And I was like, what is the secret? Because people say, oh, when you get to your 60s and 70s, you're going to be old and you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to have the energy you have. And I thought, aside from BS belief systems, which I
Yeah.
don't hold that belief system, could there be something physiologically? And there are two things. And I'm going to give everybody the two things that can most keep you forever young. And
Mm-hmm.
I can show you. Ready? Without even any warm up. Look what I can do.
Oh my goodness, Tianna, cheese and rice. I don't even know if I want to try that.
Don't try it at home, but I'm just showing you that's the power of we are beings of light. You didn't even know I was going to do that, Tracy. I
I
didn't
did
even know I was
it. I
gonna
would
do
have
that.
stretched a little more before we got on.
Well, I didn't even think of it. All of a sudden, I heard from my guidance, show them what's possible.
Show
So,
them how flexible you are.
but
Yes.
but here are the two secrets. The two secrets are stem cells. When we're born, we have
Yeah.
millions of them. At
Hmm.
30, 50% is gone. At 60, we only have 10% left.
Oh,
That
wow.
decreases healing and increases aging symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
other things is our chromosomes, our telomeres. As you age, they get shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I now have the secrets to both of those. Would you like
All
to
right.
hear them?
Yeah, I was going to say, how are you going to stretch those telomeres?
Okay, we'll start with that one because that's called free. FREE. Ready?
All right.
Daily belly laughter. Daily,
Oh.
daily. And we're not talking, haha, we're talking, really get in there. What that does is most of the hormones that are bred for your brains are in your intestines.
Oh, yeah,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, there's a science behind the spirituality of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because you have to, for digestion and everything, and move all that blood.
everything,
And
your gut bacteria,
yeah.
everything,
Right.
daily belly laughter.
Well,
Two,
that explains why people like to watch all those cat videos and things, right? Because
on, bring on the cat videos. Yes, yes, more cat anything that gets you laughing. You see, that's also
yes.
self-care because that
Okay.
raises your own immune system. It
Well, that
helps heal. And in
yes.
today's crazy world, even with the pain, shut off the TV,
Oh, please. Yes.
pretend you're in paradise and find something to laugh at. That
Okay.
will help the healing process.
All
And
right.
that's called free. Now, I have two options for stem cells that are not the outrageously way out of the pocket of most people. $10,000, $15,000, use your blood or some other blood. No, 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 no. We don't
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
there. Well, it's fine if those people who want it. However, there's two ways. Intermittent fasting raises
Oh.
stem cells, and our secret sauce is light therapy, which we
Mm-hmm.
are body and energy of light
Mm-hmm.
that is nothing invasive except a patch that you put on your body. It raises your stem cells, it activates your body's
Right.
own mechanisms for
To
creating.
trigger that, yeah, what we already naturally do and are made of, because yes, we're all these stem cells that can be any
And
change it to any cell.
think of them as little tiny missiles that know where to go in your body where there's inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
And it knows how to take down the inflammation. 95% of all disease is
Is that
inflammation.
yeah.
And get this one, aging is inflammation. Duh.
Well, and guess what? Stress, right? Not giving to yourself, like, too, is putting yourself into flight or fight, putting that
Inflammation.
cortisol, which is just like, woo, that is just, yeah, off the
Exactly.
charts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's happening, what's really sad is now is all the fear raises the cortisol.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you bring the light in, and you do it even with intention. I tell people, I mean, I saw a miracle with Starsky, my Shih Tzu. I saw him go from death's door where the vet was ready to sign the cremation papers or wanted to put him down
Yeah.
to, I posted on Facebook. A friend of mine mentioned stem cells. I was like, I didn't even care. It was like, send them to me. I don't care. Just overnight it. I don't care what it costs. I don't care. My dog is at death's door. And what I witnessed, I will never forget. As soon as I put it on his collar, the first 20 minutes, this dog that was dehydrated and hadn't moved in days, really, you could have buried him, started barking.
Oh.
The next 20 minutes, he actually tried to get up like a drunken sailor. That's when I used my clairvoyant vision to see what's going on. And I watched as his organs, which were dehydrated and shut down, start to light up like a pinball machine. And within an hour, he was back. And
Oh,
my
wow.
dog with stem cells every day
Hmm.
lived a quality of life for 2 more years.
Yeah.
And at almost age 18, in my arms, he
Mm.
passed away.
Starsky.
We are Team Starsky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
his legacy, it's his legacy that we
Well,
invite.
and I have been using the patches. I got to use them. Let's see if I can do it here. I got to use it on my leg because I had a little bit of a motorcycle mishap. And that was a huge goose egg. And, there was the question, is it broken? But I'm like, I'm walking on it fine. And being x-ray tech, I was self-diagnosing myself. I did go in and I did go make sure it wasn't a hairline fracture. But yes, they have helped. I mean, of course, I did all my icing and stuff. But, it's really sore, I mean, the bones hurt and all that hematoma. And I put on the little pouches. It went down and I wasn't having that aching, because I'd
Exactly.
just be sitting there working and I could just feel the ache. I'd put the ice on and it was fine, and then it'd come back. And so, yeah, I've been putting them on to help that move along. And I just feel, yeah, it's
Again,
just,
again, we just invite people to have an open mind and
yeah,
heart for self-care that
yeah.
is non-invasive, non-toxic.
Right. And if that speaks to you and you want to know more, ask either one of us. We'll put our little links down there and whatnot. But yeah, we
Ask
are like,
Tracy. Ask Tracy.
ask me. All right. Y'all, it is Dr.
I'll
Tianna
just be
who.
the one who will kind of guide the journey for you.
Yeah, so she guided me to it when she knew I too totally believed in stem cells and was really upset to know, we have so many. I mean, I'm not going to get into politics, but all our stuff about, oh no, stem cell research, but it can cure everything, because we're all those things, those little,
Well,
little bites.
we remember one thing: you are not just physical,
Right.
you are light. You are more powerful than we are conditioned to believe and trust. My academy has a motto, and it's called Know Thyself, like Socrates talks about, and
Mm-hmm.
thyself is more than what appears to be. When
Oh,
you
very
know
true.
thyself, you will love thyself. That's what we've been talking about. And then you will
Yes.
trust thyself.
Yes.
And that guidance will give you a lifetime of fulfillment and bringing your calling forth, bringing the best of you forth, giving the best blessing. And each person who takes that gift for themselves is a light to the world. And that's
Yeah.
where we're at, a tipping point from the darkness into a light of a new frequency.
Yeah, so let's wrap it because we're coming full circle. It's beautiful. We're coming right back that this is all about choosing you. So it is about loving yourself. And I mean, if you really think about it, if we showed that level of, oh, I want to protect and love my kid and my spouse or my loved one and, this or that. But if we put it to us, Tianna, what would that look like if all of us fell madly in love with ourselves? What would that be?
It would be an amazing ripple to tsunami effect of love and light on the planet, of higher consciousness. We are all connected. Quantum physics now indicates and proves it so. And, it would be paradise, heaven on earth.
Yeah.
We
And
deserve
that
it.
is where the revolution is, right? Is to,
Well, I call it the revolution for your evolution.
oh, there you go. And I love, because I have people that evolution is really love spelled backwards right in there, right?
Ooh, I never saw that one before. Oh, you gave me a
Yeah.
good one. Oh my God, I
Yes.
love it.
Which is evolving, right? It's us to
Love it.
evolve. How do we evolve? With love and light, and then we raise our frequency, we raise our vibration, we raise all our levels of happiness, joy, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, etc. It starts with us. It
It
starts
starts
with
with us.
us.
It always starts with us. And when you remember that, your light then ripples out to the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been saying, it has shown me how the Gandhi's, you know,
Yes, be
uh,
the change you want to see.
right. But it's so much different when you think of it in that perspective, right? And you had shared with me whose quote.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
one of my favorites,
Yeah.
Oscar
We need to,
Wilde.
yeah.
Oscar Wilde,
Uh-huh.
loving yourself is the beginning of a lifelong romance.
There
And
you
then
go.
I added, because I wrote this in my second book when I was grieving of the passing of my husband, I added, because you'll never leave yourself, you'll never abandon, you'll never be lost, you'll never betray yourself. To thine own but self be true, like Shakespeare said. But you are your most important relationship. You are the center of your universe. And that's
Yeah.
called wellness care, self care, self
Yeah.
evolution, self enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. That is the greatest gift you can give yourself and the world.
It truly is. I had another speaker say that about universe, but it's YOU universe.
Mm-hmm.
So again, everyone, the message here, this whole thing about permission to choose you is about loving yourself first, giving yourself what you need, because guess what? No one else can do it for you. No one can
Nope.
do it for you. No
Nope.
one can do
And
it for you.
you have all that you need within you
Yes.
as you.
Yes. Yeah.
And Tracy, I cannot thank you enough for the privilege of sharing this with people, as well as your vision to be the light in the world that you're passing on in such a great way. And for everyone to trust what resonates and take action. Because the
Right.
difference between changing your life and staying stuck in your life is one little step.
Yeah.
And I want to say this in closing for myself, Tracy, for everybody. What I heard after one of the most sacred wounds, which I will not go into right now, that I went through, are words that guided me from tragedy to triumph in every area, and is my wish for you and your audience. And that is the words surrender. Each day, step by step, you'll be shown the way.
Surrender each day, step by step, you'll be shown the way. And that's beautiful, because I have Sanskrit on here. And this is to surrender that which keeps you from Shiva,
Oh my
which is your higher
goodness.
self. And that's my reminder. McFly.
I love it. I love it. And you can sneeze into it too.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Tianna. And it has been an honor and a pleasure for someone who has been advocating, as long as you have all these things that are now coming out and now are all in, that you were just, you were a maverick, and now a veteran, and still an advocate and a leader of light and love. And I thank you for joining me in this and lending your love, light, and energy to fuel this and get that message out to those who it resonates with. Take the
I
action,
just do.
because it
Now,
is one choice, right? One
it's
choice.
one choice, one step. One choice, one step. Now, let's each give a virtual hug to ourselves.
And to you out there.
And to everybody out there, we send out the light. We create the global oneness matrix. And then I always love to say, sealed with a kiss.
Mm.
Keep it simple spiritually, for that is who you are. And that's where
Keep
the
it simple,
magic is.
Thank you. And I will go ahead and close with my favorite saying, which is, enjoy the rest of your never before lived day and stay happy, healthy, positive.
Mwah.
Mwah. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye.